I have to say that since my initial optimism about the Warner Media merger with Discovery, my enthusiasm has started to wane. When the trades are wildly receptive to an idea, it can't be very good for consumers. Calling David Zaslav the talent-friendly is frankly terrifying to me. Also, knowing about his positive relationship with Jeff Zucker from CNN gives me great pause. Could this actually be a step in the wrong direction? Maybe. Maybe not. Let's talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, hiss and foes, welcome to the Culture Casino!
Thanks for checking out the video. Before we get to it real quick, I just want to remind everybody I'm on about 17 other live shows a week, sometimes more, sometimes less, but you need to know where you can find those amazing channels. First of all, we have Rogue Entertainment a couple times a week, 3 times a week, just depends. Pretty soon there will be a Rogue Entertainment channel. We have a couple shows, 3 shows, like I said, that move around, so be sure to check out those that are in the Rogue Entertainment group, and do, in the future, join the Rogue Entertainment channel. From there, we definitely have Sunday to start with, and of course I'm over with Lorena Creole on the Welcome to Florida stream. After that, you can check me out with Ord's Board for Sunday night hangs and video games. It's an awful lot of fun. Check that out. We also have Monday with the Atlantean for the Stream of Consciousness stream, which is an awful lot of fun. That one is hit and miss sometimes because of the availability for either Atlantean or I or any of the other panelists, but for the most part, you can check that out. It's really cool. After that, later in the day, you can find me over on Comics Division, yelling at parked cars. Sometime in between on Monday, I make guest appearances other places. Of course, just keep track of my Twitter or mines, and I usually put up stuff there. Tuesday, same deal. You can find me over with Wes Moody on the Wes Moody webcast for the Trekkin' on Tuesday podcast. Sometimes you can see me on Mad Barber, depending upon the schedule as well that day. But Wes Moody webcast is a great channel, and I'm there so often that it's a lot of fun. You should be there too. In fact, you should be there on Wednesday when we do whatever Wednesday in the evening, which is a lot of fun. You never know who's going to show up or what we're going to talk about. But also earlier on Wednesday, you can find me again on Mad Barber Entertainment, usually doing something like Street Smarts or the Best Last Opinion or some other amazing kooky show that Mad has cooked up along with obviously Forte and Barber and our producer Kip Ellis. So check that out. Thursday, you can find me on Le Gaming Lounge, the Le Gaming Lounge channel for the Le Gaming Lounge live show, which usually has a panel of us, 4 or 5 of us, maybe more, maybe less, just depends, talking about all kinds of gaming, video gaming, board gaming, card gaming, tabletop gaming, you name it. We try to talk about it. And after that, you can find me on Justin Proper's channel for This Week in Bologna Sausage. And yes, I'm replacing 2 words there. I'm sure you can guess what they are. After that, I head over to Supreme Heretics channel for the retro review show that's called Pegasus Actual Podcast, where we talk about Ronald Moore's reimagining of Battlestar Galactica. So that's an awful lot of fun. Very dedicated panel of guests and people in the chat, so do check that out if you're into that show or ever were. Comics Division is where I head after that for the Thursday Throwdown, and that is a blast. You should check that out. Lots of fun, great panel, just, you know, kind of getting you ready for Friday. And then, of course, Friday, after all of the great shows that go on that day, you can go to Ords' Friday After Party, play some video games, usually Mario Kart, something similar, something a lot of people can play. Just get down with the chat and the people on the panel, and it's a blast. Sometimes after that, or, you know, instead of that, or as part of that evening, I end up over on Foul Ball Productions, hanging out with Matt and the crew for the Cocktail Hour, which is a lot of fun, and I like to promote the people on that panel because they are good people with great channels. We have Saturday, we're back to Saturday. Mad Barber Entertainment once again for Street Smarts. And of course, don't miss out on the dump over on Sporking News podcast channel, not only on Saturday, but if I didn't mention it, also on Wednesday. Anyway, that seems to be the list of places that I might be, in addition to my own channel for my own live streams. And in the near future, maybe on a Saturday or two, I'll do Culture Casino News over on Odyssey or Minds. So check me out there as well. All right, guys, on to the video. Today's format for this video is going to be a little bit more off the cuff. Now, I'm looking at my notes, but not actually a formal script because I can never get one to take shape. Just a lot of scattered thoughts that I wanted to put together, but couldn't do it very easily in the form of words on a piece of paper, or in this case, on my notepad. I originally felt really good about this decision on Sunday night when I first learned about it, and as the details broke the next morning, it still seemed like a really good idea. David Zaslav has done so much with so little for so long. He seemed like the right guy to place behind the wheel of a merger, a deal like this, a new entity with just a huge amount of power right out of the gate. Quietly, he's actually built Discovery up while adding the Scripps Media properties seamlessly into his expanding brand. And believe me, that is an expanding brand. It's like 15 things. And as the trades have mentioned, when something doesn't or no longer works, he actually changes it and or rebrands it, or both. And he's very, very successful. Then I found references to his previous working relationship with Jeff Zucker while over at NBC, and I felt a little bit of trepidation. The last thing CNN needs is for Zucker to stick around past the end of his contract, which is essentially the end of this year. He's been exposed for pushing a narrative rather than reporting the news, and he's also exposed CNN to a pretty decent-sized lawsuit, or maybe many lawsuits, who knows, but they're going to have a hard time beating the one that I'm well aware of, and you may be too. I don't know. It seems like they have trouble brewing. Then the trades actually started to run with this talent-friendly story concept, and that scared me. They've talked about how in the last 3 years under AT&T, it was really hard on the old guard there at Warner Media. And the good old boys network, even though that includes a lot of ladies, they felt that they were in fear for their jobs. Well, they should be. They, again, weren't making good stuff, and they were pushing a political agenda. And of course, AT&T specifically brought in Jason Kilar to make some tough choices and start to weed out, the bad things that were in the organizations. He did a pretty good job over at DC, if anyone was paying attention. He was definitely living up to his name and his reputation. The trades want to protect people that give them the access that fit with their politics, and they didn't want to lose that, and they were slowly losing pieces of that access. So AT&T, of course, wants to pursue profit, and that's actually a problem for a lot of today's corporate America. Just not for AT&T. At least the rumors right now point towards Ann Sarnoff and Walter Hamada on their way out the door. And those would actually be really good moves in the right direction, but there are so many more agenda-driven people within the Warner Media system that it's going to take a lot more. And I don't know. We'll have to see if Zaslav is up to that task. I mean, even if he makes a few mistakes in placing a few upper management people that maybe still carry those types of narratives, he has a ton of cuts that he has to make regardless. And the company will have to operate much more efficiently, which he's known for. And it has to be very, very efficient because if he doesn't satisfy the AT&T side of the equation, he may be in danger. So I guess I still have a little bit of optimism left. A shred. Maybe more than a shred. Thanks to Mikey Sutton over at Geekiosity, where he's editor-in-chief, he's added some fuel to this fire when it comes to the departure of Walter Hamada, Ann Sarnoff, and even Toby Emmerich. In his latest piece, which was on May 17th, he cited that Emmerich has already recently been seeking employment with Netflix. So there's that. And he also stoked the fire even more when he said that there could possibly be a return of the Snyderverse at some point. Doesn't seem as far-fetched now as I thought it was a couple of weeks ago. And at least we know that Zaslav will get rid of the Hollywood Deadwood and build a faster and more adaptable television and film studio that actually supports a giant juggernaut of two streaming services, or maybe even a bundle, like I mentioned yesterday on Midnight's Edge. Anyway, those are my thoughts as of now, and they could change as more announcements, of course, get made, and more moves are are executed, or for lack of a better word. That was tough. So let's see where the chips fall, shall we? But what do you think? Do you think that this merger was a good idea, bad idea? Do you think it's good or bad for consumers? Good or bad for Hollywood? Is it good or bad in any way? And do you think that it leads to a more cohesive strategy for the Warner side of things? When it comes to that question, I think it does. But please leave your thoughts and comments down below in the box that's there that YouTube provides for you. And I'll try to get back with them as quickly as possible. Be sure to support other independent creators, of course, because they don't have, the big dog media companies and or their accomplices supporting them. They just have you and I, and that's all they've got. So do your very best to support 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 100 of your favorite creators. Be sure to like, subscribe, share out their videos just like you do for mine, which again, I appreciate. And as I always do, I'll end the video the exact same way. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.